Hi, I'm Esther Florence. This is my journey with Cushing's disease.
Excuse the hair. This is what excessive steroid cortisol does to one's hair. Doesn't matter if I straighten my hair, I get this crazy hair thing going on. But anyway, I've gone past the point at the moment because I'm going to be on the road to recovery. My hair's going to be back, my skin's going to be back to normal. I'm going to look a little bit more normal. But yeah, so it's been done with, and now it's just a matter of waiting for the results. So I should know in a couple of days, fingers crossed.
So the changes I noticed at first, I had put on weight, like so much weight within a short period of time. I had like these really big, purple, ugly stretch marks on my stomach. I looked like I was like 8 months pregnant, and I actually wasn't. I was bruising easily. If I had a wound, it wouldn't heal properly. I had excessive sweating on my scalp and my face. I was out of breath like all the time. I was stressed out all the time. I had swelling in my ankles. Everything was just, I was like a balloon, like blowing up. My skin, for the first time in my entire life, I had really, really bad acne, and there was just nothing that would help. I was tired all the time. My mood swings were just all over the place. I just felt like I was just stressed constantly, and I felt very emotional, and it was hard. There was quite a lot of crying myself to sleep on many, many nights.
It's been a long road. It's been very hard, but there's been lots of laughter.
So all of the drastic changes that happened over such a short period of time made me feel really down and quite depressed. I had low moods quite often. I felt really insecure about my physical appearance. I had lost a lot of confidence. I felt like I couldn't really socialise and do the things that I once enjoyed doing. I spent a lot of time indoors, especially because of my sweating and the fact that I just didn't feel confident in my sort of physical appearance. And I just was quite emotional quite a lot of the time. I would sort of cry myself to sleep quite often because I felt really ashamed about who I was and how I was looking.
But I just wanted to thank the people that have helped me laugh so much through this process. I don't need to name you, you know exactly who you are, but thank you. And we'll be seeing you on the other side, super healthy on that road to recovery. So till next time, peeps.
So I had so many appointments with my GP. I think they were getting quite fed up of me, but I just refused to take no for an answer. I just wanted to get to the bottom of it. So I, requested different types of referrals. I got referred to a dermatologist. I got referred to a hair and nail specialist. I also got referred to endocrinologists, actually 2 different endocrinologists. And I kept on going back to my GP and kind of badgering them to say, look, my symptoms are getting worse. I'm feeling a lot worse. And I just kept on at them. So I had so many tests done. I had like multiple, I can't begin to tell you how many blood tests I had done. I had urine samples. I had a dynamic MRI scan done. I had CT scans. I had a IPSS test to locate if the tumour was actually located in the pituitary gland in the brain or if it was elsewhere.
Well, nearing my administration into the hospital to have a very intense test done for Cushing's. It's called IPSS, and it's pretty scary sounding, but I'm trying to be positive, and I'm trying to, have faith that all is going to go well. Mama Rose is going to be there. I know it's been a very worrying time, but we're going to get through this, because I am going to be on the road to recovery very, very, very soon.
I was diagnosed in November 2017, and it was my endocrinologist at my main hospital in London that had told me that it was definitely, after all of the testings and backwards and forwards, that it was Cushing's disease, and there was a benign tumour in my pituitary gland that needed to be removed. At the time I did feel quite relieved. I had done quite a lot of my own research around Cushing's disease and the type of surgery and things like that. But at the same time I was quite scared. I didn't know what the future had in store for me. I was told that whatever I was feeling at the time and how bad I was feeling, that after surgery I would feel a whole lot worse before I started to feel better again. I was then referred for the waiting list for pituitary brain surgery. I was quite fortunate, that did happen quite quickly, and I had pituitary brain surgery in January 2018. I was fortunate to have one of the top pituitary brain surgeries in the country and to be operated in one of the top hospitals in London. So I tried to be really optimistic about the surgery. I was a little bit worried about, the unknown, but I was quite relieved that I was going to have the surgery and get, on the road to recovery finally, after waiting so many years of being misdiagnosed. And I had a lot of support from my friends and family. I was given a bit of information by my neurosurgeon and endocrinologist around the type of surgery, but then I sort of went off and did my own sort of research around it. So I'm about 20 months post-op. It has been a very difficult road for myself and my loved ones. There have been sort of some good and bad days. There are days where sometimes I can't get out of bed, and learning to accept that and to say to myself that that's okay, I'll get up and tomorrow's a new day, and trying to have as much of a positive outlook on life. Learning to listen to my body. I think that's been one of the biggest challenges, is trying to sort of pace myself and manage my days, because I have to take every day as it comes, literally. And being able to not be afraid to say to people, no, I can't do that, and try not to think too much about what people think or are thinking, and just to basically focus on myself and trying to be positive, and also looking at ways of how I can better manage my new way of life. So I do seek therapy. I am having counselling that has really helped me, and being able to just speak to people more, like the Pituitary Foundation, and also being able to just not get too disheartened if things don't go to plan, and just being kind to yourself and learning to love yourself again, because it's been a very long time of sort of not really having that feeling, and building that confidence back up again, and looking to the future and saying, actually, yes, it is going to be a very different future for me. It's still unknown, but it can still be a good one.